Responsibility can develop without agreement. Responsibility can develop without agreement. No one assigns it directly. No explicit request is made. Yet over time, you begin to feel accountable for the stability of the interaction. Small shifts in behavior feel connected to your actions. If communication improves, you feel relief. If distance increases, you search for your mistake. This belief forms gradually. You notice certain responses produce closeness. Others produce withdrawal. Your attention moves from understanding the person to managing the reaction. The focus becomes adjustment. You begin reviewing conversations. What you said, how you said it, what you could have changed. The assumption emerges quietly. The right response would produce the right outcome. This assumption creates control. Control reduces uncertainty. If outcomes depend on your behavior, the situation becomes predictable. Predictability feels safer than unpredictability, even if it requires self-monitoring. The mind prefers influence over helplessness. Believing you can fix the interaction is less distressing than accepting you cannot. Responsibility becomes a coping strategy, not a conclusion. Over time, interpretation changes. Distance is no longer neutral, it becomes feedback. You evaluate tone, timing, and mood as indicators of your performance. You are no longer only participating in the interaction, you are managing it. Effort increases. You choose words carefully. You soften reactions. You anticipate needs. The interaction stabilizes temporarily. This reinforces the belief. Your adjustments appear effective, but stability depends on continuous effort. When effort pauses, uncertainty returns. This confirms the pattern internally. Maintenance is required. The relationship becomes a task. Responsibility also protects hope. If you can improve the outcome, the future remains changeable. If you cannot, the outcome must be accepted. Acceptance feels final. Adjustment feels possible. Eventually, fatigue appears. Not because of a single event, but because maintenance never completes. There is no stable point where effort is no longer needed. The system requires ongoing management. Recognition begins when outcomes remain inconsistent despite effort. You notice the same cycle repeating regardless of how carefully you respond. At this stage, responsibility weakens, not through decision, but through observation. The realization is subtle. Your behavior influenced moments, but not the pattern. The pattern existed independently. You were reacting to it, not controlling it. Once this becomes clear, effort changes direction. Instead of adjusting reactions to maintain the interaction, you adjust attention to maintain stability within yourself. The focus moves inward, not as withdrawal, but as proportion. Relief follows understanding. Not immediate relief, but gradual. You stop searching for the exact response. You stop predicting outcomes. The interaction loses its managerial role. Responsibility ends when control is no longer assumed. You still care, but you no longer manage. And without management, the pattern either stabilizes naturally or fades. If this helped you understand something you hadn't been able to explain, you can subscribe to The Inner Lens and turn on notifications for future episodes.